to watch. Like at first I thought it was, oh look, she did that. She actually like genuinely something happened to the baby, not her fault, and she's just saying, hey, watch, don't try to interfere. Because it sounded like a what is it? Like an abusive situation where she's like saying to the kid, hey, don't interfere, just sit there and just look away or something. But she did that on purpose though. It wasn't a thing where
There wasn't
it's
anything where yeah. I, I,
it's
it was manipulative. They wanted you to like her. That was clear. But
I think it was supposed to be a twist where it's revealing she reveals like, hey, I did that to prove to you that people are fucking evil, so that you go back and become a basically an
Carver.
attempt. Yeah, I was gonna say I kept saying Carver, but like an attempt at like the new Wasteland Keeper. I didn't want her to die, but at the same time, I feel like it probably fucking ruined the ending. Hell, if she was there and she actually made it up with Kenny, that'd been nice. But oh well.
So but I don't know. I just personally feel that they personally tried to fuck over Kenny, but they
Every
wanted Kenny to
single
look
step.
like the bad guy, and it was very fucking clear. They wanted you to choose Kenny, or no, wanted you to choose Jane over Kenny. It's just like I don't get why they would do that.
They,
They
they
were
wanted
way
you to
too
go
hard
south
on
so bad.
what?
They wanted you to go south so bad.
You don't even get to see it.
The thing is, like, when he lost Rebecca, she was huge for him again. And it's like, well, he lost his sister and he just lost Rebecca. So of course both of those guys are gonna be hugely at ends. And I get that he went over the top a lot of times. Leo, the girl dog. I just saw that. Mario, Max the dog. There's some very interesting pickles. Pickles and cheese. Pickpocket. Hype. But
How many times can they copyright it themselves?
how many times can they freaking kill off someone Kenny likes and act like he has no reason to be upset?
Kenny has all the reason to be upset. He's fucking. He got fucked over so many times. It's not even funny.
He trusted like he lost Luke too. I want everyone to remember that. When he realized Luke took care of us, he actually cared about Luke. Genuinely, he did. I get Bonnie. Bonnie was weird because she was like third wheeling a someone else's relationship. That was real. Like she was really into Luke. So
They did it.
I feel like the weirdest part about it was she was calling like everyone else pretty. Like she was giving strange, awkward compliments to people a couple times. So I feel like she really wanted to with Luke and just never voiced it. Then had like a breakdown that never happened. Like she needed a release too, like he did, but she never got one.
I feel that a lot of the choices did not fucking matter. Did
They
they
usually
get?
don't. It's usually just like 4 or 5 that matter. I feel bad for Mike. Mike was sitting there freaking doing everything with her, being the nice person he could, and she's still like, damn, Luke though.
They had to ruin Mike's character by making him abandon you.
It's not even just that. Dude was just cut off at every. I understand probably why he did it. He never got a word in, but it wasn't just Kenny doing that. Literally everyone was doing that to him. Even Bonnie did it a couple times. And then he's like, but Kenny's the only bad guy. I get Kenny went overboard, and it's not easy to trust him, but he was the only one fucking actively going out of his way to help us in a lot of those times.
But also, why try to abandon Clementine
True. They try to abandon the baby and Clementine.
and Kenny? But
Yeah.
I'm more confused about Clementine because
Wait, I'm also confused about something. We had a day's worth of baby food, then went to sleep. Halfway through the night, we left, right?
yeah,
Then 9 days of constant walking.
true. Maybe they
And a
found
newborn baby can't go 9 days without food.
maybe they found some on the way, without telling us.
They were on like a constant walk. There was not like even like a break. The rest stop was all rated. There was all actually the rest stop. If you think about it, that was just like there was nothing in there. It was an empty building.
It was safer than the cold outside.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking like there wasn't even like a kiosk in there. I guess maybe it's like an actual like. There's no the bathrooms are on the outside. What the fuck was that building?
I don't remember what's called. It looked like a picnic area.
Well, yeah, I get that there's probably that, but the inside usually has at least like bench or something, like a couple benches or something. It's usually got something for you to be in there for. It's like sometimes there's an inside version of those, but it was just like an empty building. Was my thing.
How old is
Maybe I have to
Clement?
rewatch it.
How long is Clementine supposed to be in this game? Is this
I
still
don't know.
supposed to be 11? Because I remember last time it was like 11 or 13 or
She
something.
was okay. Let's look at this. By the end of the first game, she just turned 9. It was like 6 days after her birthday. Then she was. I kept saying 11 out of nowhere, but it was, or it wasn't out of nowhere because when we take a look, uh, at first Krista was pregnant, then she was very pregnant, and at the end of her, like, it looked like around near the second half of her pregnancy, it did a 16 months later, of which the baby was mysteriously gone. I assume probably to help us with the whole thing of this, like, you really don't want to bring a baby into this world,
Yeah.
but which they never brought up again. Also, Crystal just fucking gone. That means oh, I was making a point and I forgot what part of my point was. I was talking about Krista. Shit, do you remember anything I was saying?
You're talking about plot inconsistencies, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, how old she was.
Yeah.
So it had to be at least 3 months for her to, you know, be at least that size. Then plus 16. I'm gonna say it was probably closer to 18. Then we had a 9-day skip, a few, I believe, like 10-day skips. She has to be at like 11. 11 or maybe no, it has to be 11. I don't think there was another major skip past that. So
Here, let me see. Season 2,
do you think that you really believe they kept up with it?
Uh,
Well, you also have to do
prob-
the end of.
okay, it's making me solve a captcha. That is always fun. But why did they try so hard to make Penny seem like the bad guy? That
Yeah,
feels
okay. End of
forced.
season 1, 11. She's 11 in season 2. Okay, I'm looking at Reddit for that. Uh, 2 years older than season 1, which made sense in the beginning.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, so at the
11.
end she'd be 11. Hype.
They had 11-year-old doing all of that.
She was doing all that when she was 9. Well, 8.
Still,
She did all that when she was 8. Her birthday present was getting to shoot some dude in the head. Well, 6 days
true.
after her birthday.
And also getting a sweet buzz cut.
True.
The fucking it, just them how they kept fucking over Kenny just annoyed me because I like
Literally,
Kenny.
they really pissed him off just to be like, look, he's an abusive person. If you stay near him, he's gonna hurt you on purpose, or he's gonna eventually just hurt you for no reason. Oh, which he had like, okay, I was gonna say he had damn good reasons to hurt us, but that would be completely wrong. That'd be super fucking wrong. He had damn right reasons to be upset. Is what I meant to say. That is what I meant to say.
He did have good reasons to be upset, but also at the same time,
Like he shouldn't have reacted that way, definitely, but he wasn't doing it explicitly to hurt us. Especially if he did accidentally get us in the crossfire, like us. Usually, we ran right into the conflict. He would immediately realize what he's done, and stop. Which the only time he didn't was specifically when he thought she killed a fucking baby, of which he still didn't try to hurt us. He would wait for us to get out of the way, which
on
she also did.
on one hand, she didn't kill the baby. On the other hand, that was very intentional. She was very intentional with trying to make him think that she killed the baby.
I was originally when I was thinking about it, I was gonna be like, well, he isn't letting her talk. But she had so much time to talk. She went out and had a whole conversation with us. She went out of her way to do that.
Knowing the baby was alive, put it inside of an abandoned vehicle.
She didn't
And
even
then
tell us the baby was alive. She explicitly said, "Look at this. Look what the monster he's going to become." She literally even
it's
convinced us it was the baby was dead.
it's like branding someone and then expecting them not to be fucking aggro. Punching someone,
Like
then being like, oops, sorry, you can't defend yourself.
I get that maybe she isn't a bad person, but she did bad things. Like the whole concept, like I know they're really banking hard on the thing Bonnie said. I believe good people can do bad things, which is a big theme in a lot of these games and movies and everything. But they were really going hard on that, like really going hard on that.
Uh, okay, so something else that also kind of bugged me was the fact that they just straight up uh made everyone go against you as a player.
Like, I feel like this should have been more gradual, or at least not in the way it happened. Because the one time they decided to do that was when they killed someone on. They were trying to kill you. They shot half your people. Like, okay, so when he just drowned, and
That
we were
one Luke.
getting yelled at by yeah, Luke, when Luke just drowned, oh no, Bonnie. I'm starting to forget their names now. It's over. Bonnie was starting to freak out on us. At no point did she try to even go to save him. Yes, it would have been somewhat stupid and risky, but the ice was much thicker where we were, and it didn't even crack when she got out of it. It would have
But
been a long shot to try to resuscitate him, and I know it's not a good idea, especially if you get swept back under. But I'm just saying, I don't know what the fuck she expected. She especially didn't want to try.
she straight up, okay, a lot of this also was, hey, 11-year-old, do this adult thing. Hey, 11-year-old, help this person is undrowned. Hey, 11-year-old, should we go to Wellington or should we go to the south?
Hey, 11-year-old, you can't do anything. You're literally a failure of a human being. You cannot 11. You. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you not have the strength to drag a grown ass man all the way out of the water?
That's another difference. Bonnie and fucking Kenny both did that exact same thing where they freaked out about Clementine end up resulting in someone's death, right?
Yeah.
The difference, Bonnie wanted to go with the people who shot us and explicitly betrayed us. Kenny didn't. He apologized later on, which granted, still not like the apology covered all that, but he apologized and felt bad about it. That's the difference. Why didn't you go with the people who didn't apologize and actually made it seem like it is your fault? I get that. I get we try to call out for help, which is they're trying to avoid. But she didn't even try to like take us with her. She didn't. She literally tried to abandon us and the baby.
With no food. They tried to take all of the
True.
food.
Yeah.
Uh,
All the supplies,
I
every bit of
ac-
it.
I actually kind of liked Bonnie at the end of that until then.
I was loving her character. She was nice.
Why would they have to go and fuck her up? Like I actually liked her. You made a
Here's the
likable
thing.
character.
I have been saying they have not made a single twist, and I still don't think that's a twist even. But the way they tried doing it there just sucked. I
There
get there's
was
a huge conflict. The whole thing is everyone's stressed, everyone's freaking out, everyone's making bad choices, everyone's making mistakes, and the one person they keep looking at is Kenny because he keeps making the same mistake over and over, which granted is a big problem, and especially if it's hurting the people that they're trying not to hurt. But also at the same time, the people that Kenny's typically hurting are people who fucked us over. He wanted to kill Carver. Carver has explicitly shown that he will survive stupid shit. He's going out of his way to hurt us. And even half the people were like, yeah, I want to sit here and watch because Kenny's really fucked us over. When we asked Luke, Luke even said, when we asked, hey, would you have done it? He says, I didn't even think about that. Don't usually stop and think, but he thought about it. He didn't say no because it was a really hard thing to be like, no, I wouldn't have killed the guy, even though he's killed people for very little reason other than quote unquote being weak, and even killing someone for so much as just not liking him. You're free to say a few things when I come up with more stuff to yell rant about.
okay. So Carver, he had no redeeming qualities. If you make a bad guy, normally they try to make some redeeming qualities, but all he was just pure evil. And it wasn't even like a
Okay,
good type of pure evil. It was just more of a okay, this guy is a douche instead of a oh he's just like he's the devil. It was more just like oh
you
my
want to
god,
know the
he is
redeeming
such a
quality.
douche.
Do you want to know the redeeming quality that they fucked up so royally? It's just so stupid.
What?
He's a preacher. He goes around basically saying, I will save you. I
Yeah,
will make sure everything is forgiven. You can forgive these people. A holier than thou man. But they spent so little time on that I felt like they were just trying to be like, okay, you cannot like this guy. They were so focused on making sure we hate him, they forgot to write him a personality. Because the whole thing is, he's making a community where you want to feel like if you just let go of this crazy idea of trying to survive on your own, you can survive easily if you just listen. If you just become a part of a bigger community. It's if you ever play BioShock, it's a beautiful example if you look at the first original game of that. A person who goes around starts talking about all kinds of things and starts talking about being community. I mean, BioShock was also a great game for other reasons and also had different complete thing where there's a bunch of people who weren't going to follow that. But I'm going to get off the point of that. When you bring someone in who's going to be preaching all that, and then all of his character arc is one scene where he tells someone to smack their child because they're misbehaving, then he kills someone, then he starts yelling at people, and then you only have him preach twice. The first time when you first get there, in the cutscene, and the second time where he said, I'm trying to remember exactly what he said and where he said it, but he does start saying like this person's weak. Talking, I don't remember. It wasn't even that part, but he literally was going against his own commandments immediately. He called up the A guy, the Advil guy, the doctor from the beginning of the beginning of the season. I don't think he was the doctor. He just had access.
The Russian.
Yeah,
the
no,
Rusky?
no. The guy with the glasses who had that badass scene where he stayed behind and had the gun. Rebecca's proper
Alvin?
boy. I don't think that was it. It was like Adel.
I thought it was like
no clue.
the black guy, right? The parent, the dad.
Yeah.
I think it was Alvin because the baby's name is Alvin Jr.
I don't think it was Alvin. I know it's literally the junior, but I'm gonna look up Alvin just because I don't think his name. Maybe Alvin. It is Alvin. Wow. I was like, that doesn't sound right. All right. Cool. Anyways, he beat up Alvin because he didn't like him, which would make sense. But the way they did it was not only was it immediate, but he was still not even trying to be holier than thou while doing it. It was just, I didn't like him. He made me feel he didn't do what I said, so I beat him up. But the whole thing is it's supposed to be appropriate. So it'd be like if he was like he tried to disrupt this family and try to separate our community by doing this. I feel like that would have been so much of a better way to go down. I get this is literally why Telltale failed, and I don't like being the person who points out things in games because I love games. I love even ones that make no sense. This one I felt like
what rushed.
I think the writing was there. The execution was just terrible for some parts of
it. Okay, so going back to a bit about Carver, right?
Carver's the crazy guy who tried killing everyone.
Going back to Carver's thing, I feel a bit like he was trying to basically try to recreate a zombie apocalypse version of Scientology.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say it was a forced labor camp through religion. It's something that's kind of like that, but completely different.
I'd say close enough.
Yeah, I guess that's like a weird modern way to look at it. But the idea of using religion, if you've played Saints Row, or not, why am I saying Saints Row? That's a completely different series. Far Cry, I believe 3. Whatever one I have, where you go to the family and they're all religion and they spread their drugs and they literally will do terrible things to people.
I think that's 5.
It might be. Yeah, I think it is 5
because that's the one we played a bit on stream.
Yeah, that is it. That is 5 then. That was the same thing. It's using religion to push your motives and your abilities forward at the cost of making everyone below you suffer while they think they're prospering. The people there were like, even Reggie, hey, I don't want to get hurt. I just want to move up in the ranks. I want to please don't cause problems for me. And then he died for not being able to, or because we were able to teach someone else something in the time for literally just over a small disagreement. He didn't even use that as a way to spin it off. It was just, well, I killed him. There was no spin off. There was no, I mean, yes, there was well, he's weak, but the point of the religion wasn't, or the whole point of his projecting message was not strength. It was just believing. Let's get off a topic other than Carver. I do want to talk for a couple more minutes on this, but we do have to end this eventually, because otherwise we're just going to harp on for too long, and I definitely need to get off this soon. I feel like the first few chapters are fine. I didn't have too much complaints about them.
It started falling apart on the last 2, because then it just felt like they had a strict at the very end near the last 2. I felt like they had a strict goal they wanted to accomplish and get to, So choices just stopped mattering. People with a lot of the choices you had was straight up just recreations of the first one, along with dot dot dot. So it's literally just all of that. And
It's
we
yeah,
got to
it's
no matter what we chose, someone always died. We could have saved someone. Okay, for example, what was her name? The
uh
girl with glasses. The
Jude.
girl.
Oh, the
No,
girl with glasses?
yeah,
Uh
the
Sarah.
yeah Sarah. I felt like okay, well, like Sarah, we saved Sarah, and she survived up until she just died, and I don't think we had a really, I don't think anything we could have done could have saved her. So like,
I
uh,
know there's a way to save her. At least I think there is. But the thing is, the way it kills off people feels weird, especially when it literally is just one or the other. It's boils it down. It doesn't when it starts. They don't have to go as 4 questions every time. I've a lot of some of these games literally made by even other developers or even a couple of these games have other options where there's one or two. This one had a couple of one or twos, but I feel like they force so many fours that literally three of the answers are no, 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 dot dot dot, or no, yes, no, no, and it just doesn't. It doesn't have a point. Like it, I get they want to make it. Again, it's it's the same thing. They only have so many set paths they want you to take, but it doesn't matter who you bring with because it's just going to end the same way. Feels like you bring
true,
an extra, you save one extra person, two people die.
true. I think this is where we're gonna end it.
Yeah. I hope everyone here gets to hear our true thoughts on the game. Wasn't terrible. I like some of the parts, but it felt. I just want to say really quickly, we never hated the game. It just became a thing where it just got really bothersome to try to make parts on,
Uh,
especially if it's yeah.
we are going to be seeing you guys later, and thank you everyone for watching and listening, and see you guys later.
Clip this part.
Bye.